Language is power, decoding China through its new words.
新词新语
Part 1. Language as a social barometer. If you want to understand a society, you could read its laws. You could analyze its GDP, gross domestic product. You could study its military doctrine, but none of those will tell you how people actually feel. For that, you listen to the words they invent. Because language is not neutral. It is not passive. It is not just a tool for communication. Language is a pressure gauge. And in contemporary China, that pressure is visible in one of the most fascinating linguistic phenomena of the 21st century.
新词新语
New words, new expressions. These are not just slang terms. They are not just internet jokes. They are compressed social commentary. They are emotional survival strategies, political signals, cultural negotiations, and perhaps most importantly, they are real-time sociology. Today, we are going to decode over 25 of the most important Chinese neologisms, and through them, we will uncover how young people in China experience work, how identity is being renegotiated, how digital platforms reshape language, and how the state itself participates in linguistic engineering. This is not just a language excursion. This is a sketch of modern China, told through its words. Part 2. How Chinese neologisms are formed. Before we dive into the words themselves, we need to understand how neologisms emerge. Because Chinese neologisms are not random, they follow patterns. Semantic compression.
语义压缩
Chinese internet language is incredibly efficient. A phrase like
内卷
2 characters, but an entire sociological theory. This compression is possible because Chinese characters carry layered meanings. Meme culture
梗文化梗
means meme or running joke, but unlike Western memes, Chinese
梗
often evolve into mainstream vocabulary, media discourse, even policy language. Platform acceleration. Apps like
抖音、小红书、微博
function as linguistic laboratories. Words are tested, replicated, mutated. Only the most resonant survive. State interaction. Unlike most countries, China has what can be described as a dual language system. Bottom-up, internet slang. Top-down, official discourse. And sometimes, they converge. Part 3. Thematic Cluster 1. Work, labor, and exhaustion. Let's begin with the most emotionally charged domain. Work.
内卷
Involution. This is arguably the most important Chinese word of the last decade, meaning a system where competition intensifies, but rewards do not increase. Imagine everyone working harder, longer hours, more qualifications, but nobody is actually getting ahead. That is,
内卷
for example,
现在找工作太内卷了
job hunting is insanely competitive. Deep analysis. The term originally comes from anthropology, but in China it has been reinterpreted as a critique of structural stagnation. Unlike rat race,
内卷
implies inevitability, entrapment, systemic failure. It is not just competition, it is meaningless competition.
躺平
Lying flat
内卷
is the diagnosis,
躺平
is the response, meaning opting out of societal expectations, rejecting overwork, consumption pressure, traditional success metrics. For example,
我决定躺平了
I've decided to opt out. Sociological meaning. This is not laziness. It is passive resistance, existential protest. In Western terms, it resembles quiet quitting, but goes deeper because
躺平
is not just about work. It is about refusing the entire system.
摆烂
Let it rot. This is the darker evolution of
躺平躺平
is calm withdrawal,
摆烂
is active collapse, meaning deliberately giving up and letting things deteriorate. For example,
这个项目我已经摆烂了
I've completely given up on this project. Interpretation. This reflects a shift from resistance to nihilism.
打工人
Worker self-identity. Literally, working person. But culturally, a self-aware, ironic identity. Example.
打工人打工魂打工都是人上人
Analysis. This phrase combines humor, resignation, solidarity. It is both self-mockery, class awareness,
脆皮打工人
fragile worker, a newer evolution, meaning workers who appear functional, but are mentally and physically exhausted. Sociological insight. This reflects burnout normalization.
画饼
Drawing cakes, meaning making empty promises, usually used for managers, corporations, institutions.
摸鱼
Slacking, literally touching fish, meaning pretending to work while doing something else. Interpretation. The language of labor. What do these words tell us? They reveal a society where effort no longer guarantees mobility. Work is increasingly performative. Humor becomes a coping mechanism. This is not just economic discourse. It is emotional economics. Part 4. Identity, emotion, and the inner world.
破防了，
Emotional collapse. Originally gaming slang. Now means emotional defense is broken.
情绪价值，
Emotional value. One of the most revealing modern terms. Meaning, the emotional benefit someone provides. Example.
这段关系没有情绪价值，
This relationship has no emotional value. Analysis. This is profound. It shows relationships are being quantified emotionally.
活人感，
Sense of being alive. A reaction to digital life. Meaning, authenticity, realness,
清醒，
being clear-headed, not just awareness, but disillusioned clarity.
偷感，
Subtle emotional vibe, difficult to translate, refers to a quiet, almost hidden emotional atmosphere.
社死，
Social death, meaning extreme embarrassment. Interpretation, emotional landscape. These terms reveal increased emotional awareness, but also emotional fatigue. People are analyzing their feelings while simultaneously being overwhelmed by them. Part 5. Digital culture and meme logic.
吃瓜，
Spectator culture, meaning watching drama unfold. YYDS,
永远的神，
meaning GOAT. XSWL,
笑死我了，
meaning I'm dead laughing. NSDD,
你说的对，
often sarcastic agreement. SRDS,
虽然但是，
meaning but still.
抽象，
Meaning absurdist humor.
二创，
Meaning remix culture. Interpretation, digital language. Chinese internet language is hyperefficient, emotionally coded, socially strategic. Part 6. State discourse.
心智生产力，
New productive forces.
网络生态治理，
Internet governance.
全球治理倡议，
Global governance initiative.
“15规划，
Long-term planning language.
票根经济，
Consumption framing. Interpretation. Language is policy. State language does not describe reality. It constructs it. Part 7. Linguistic mechanisms. Key features. Metaphor. Compression. Irony. Phonetic play. Part 8. Sociological synthesis. We see 4 major forces: economic pressure, emotional recalibration, digital acceleration, political framing. Part 9. Philosophical reflection. These words answer: how do individuals survive meaning in a high-pressure system? Responses: withdrawal,
躺平，
irony,
打工人，
emotional recalibration.
情绪价值，
Final closing. Chinese neologisms are not just trends. They are signals, adaptations, quiet forms of resistance. Final line. If you want to understand China, don't just listen to what people say. Listen to the words they invent.